everyone, Drax Fantastic here. Today we're going to play a game called Settlers Domain. And just like the name says, this is a settlement building game, top-down, classic graphics. I've played through a couple times now and I've really enjoyed this game. However, the first time I played this game, I almost gave up and I'm so glad that I stuck with it. It's one of these games that seems simple at the start, but is complex and challenging. Today I'm going to show you the start and a bit of the gameplay. If you're a fan of colony building games, settlement building games, you need this game in your life. All right, let's go. Funding for this video is provided by viewers like you. Okay, at the start of the game, you need to place the settler's tent, and I'm not quite sure it matters where you put it. I'm going to put it right dead center in the map. The controls for the game are very basic. If you've played any game in the last however many years, you'll understand it. If you forget though, you can reopen the control thing here. I'm going to say skip the tutorial. We're going to click there. That's going to get rid of the tutorial. I know what I'm doing. I've paused the game so that it doesn't move forward. You can see here it's summer. It's day one. This is the time. We've got statistics if we want to look at them, like I said, on the controls, and then a menu. Down in the bottom left is where all the action's happening. And we've basically got build, recruit, settler info, structure info, and resources, and we're going to go through all of these as we move forward. I think the most important thing to remember about this game, and especially at the beginning, is that if you bring a settler in the door, you need to have a place for them to sleep. Because if you don't have a place for them to sleep, they leave. Which, if you think about it, if you invited me to your settlement, and then you're like, Drax, sleep on the floor over there, I would leave too. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the resource menu here. We've got 500 influence. We've got a little bit of food, a little bit of wood. If we come here, you're going to see these are tabbed. And we've got housing, harvesting, production, exploration, services, and processes. If we click on tent, it costs 10 fiber to build a tent. We've got 15. I'm going to build the tent first. There it is. Now I'm going to go to recruit, and you can see I've got 500 influence. I'm going to pick this person who has 100 energy. The energy is how much energy they have to expend every day. So that higher the number, the more they can work. So I'm going to buy them first. Hit recruit. There they are. So now we need them to do something. So we're going to come back to build, and then we're going to go to harvesting, and we want them to get some wood. So we're going to say logging hut. You can see there's an area of influence, and now we need to find a bunch of trees. Now don't worry about this. You can pick these up and move them. This is a little unfortunate. How many do we think we can get? So we'll build that there. And then if we hit the play button, you'll see they immediately start moving to start cutting down some trees. Ha! Now we're going to need food and fiber. So we're going to come to gathering hut. It takes 20 wood to build a gathering hut. We have 11 wood. We need to speed this up. I'm going to pause it. Now we've got enough wood to build this gathering hut. And mostly what we need here is fiber, because we need fiber to build another house to get another person. So same basic concept. And that is, let's try to find the best possible place to put this. Well, see how it's lighting up all little green spots? Ooh, it might be here. I think it is here. All right, I'm going to click here. And now we don't need to do anything else. When they're done chopping wood, they'll then go and collect all the other stuff. They're going to sleep because the day is over. The day ends at 10 p.m. every day. So you've got to have a house. Like my advice to you, the biggest piece of advice I give you in this game, do not recruit somebody until you have a house. All right, we got 28 influence and we brought in 28 oak. See, now they're collecting food and mushrooms. Isn't that great? And there's another day. It's a little slow at the start because, of course, there's only one person, but it speeds up fast. We've got 10 more fibers, so I'm going to come here to build house. A log cabin costs us 50 wood. We don't have that, but we can build another tent now that we have another fiber. So I'm going to put the tent right there. I'm going to go back to recruit. We have 197 influence. We can't buy another person yet, but we're ready for another person. We're ready. They've stopped because they don't have anything else to do. They've chopped down all the trees. So we've got two options here. We could destroy this logging hut and move it over, and we'll get some of the resources back. We're only going to get 25% of the building materials back. So not a good idea, because more trees are going to grow back there. We should try to build another logging hut, which only costs us 20. and then try to take these trees. Ooh, look, there's a bunch of trees right there. I'm going to put it right there. Milestone achieved. Buildinator. Influence plus 10. Sweet. And you can see instantly they start chopping trees. Let's look here at recruits. We have 290. I'm going to get this person. Recruit. We have 37 wood. Can we get some, what do we need to get some stone? Oh, let's do this. Oh, look at that. Here. And so if you see, like, I'm going to get this piece of metal right here and all of this. And there's another piece of metal I'm going to get right there. So, like, that's big. And he's immediately taking the stone. New resource, fieldstone. If we pause here, we can come down and it's saying, hey, there's something new you can build. We can build a house. To build the house, we need 40 wood and 20 stone, and it can have 6 settlers inside. Ho, ho, ho. Soon. You found some ore. Sadly, ore itself isn't very useful. Build a furnace to smelt ore into metal. Got it. I'm going to slow it down just a little bit. We're going to try to build this furnace. Doesn't matter where you put it. And now they'll automatically throw the iron in and start making iron bars, which is going to allow us to do some more fun stuff. All right, if we come down here, we see there's a nice little green exclamation mark saying, now we can build a windmill, a cauldron, and a jammery. A jammery? We need 5 bars for that. You can also build a gardening shed, a quarry, a mushroom cellar, and a purple mushroom cellar. We're either going to build a garden shed or we're going to build some kind of food thing is what we're going to build. And then under here, we can build a town hall and a tavern. These 2 things will be a little bit more important further down the line. You can also see now that there's under structure info, if we click here, it's telling us there's nothing left to mine. And so this is going to be something, especially with mining huts, that you're going to do over and over and over again, which is once they've run out of something to mine, then it's time to destroy them. And then we'll build another one where we can get more things to mine. Let's talk about how do we begin to see the rest of the map? That's going to be under exploration. And if we say explorer tent, we need 5 wood and 10 fiber. And we have 5 fiber. We've got a fiber problem. It's a bit of a bottleneck in the beginning. We can say another gatherer hut here. Looks like they found some more metal. We've got 7 metal bars. I think we're going to come in here and we need to do something on the food front. The cool thing about mushroom cellars is that they're year-round food. So in the winter, they produce food. I mean, mushroom cellars are basically how you live in the winter. I think we can finally build the mushroom cellar. We can. It needs to be built on fertile land. So I'll click that there. And then basically what it's doing is it's just every few days, mushrooms grow underground and you can harvest them. It's really cool. Hungry settlers will have less energy. We just built our first cellar. What does it need to build a garden shed? We have the metal and the wood. Do we have the stone? We do. Oh, we can build this. Let's do this too. And that's basically gonna build a farm right there. One of the many things I like about this game is that there's no like micromanaging who's doing what. Build a building, everyone goes and does it, right? We have 10 fiber. What's it take to explore? 10 fiber and 5 wood. We're going to put the explorer tent like right here, and hopefully we'll see some more trees we can cut down. All right, we've got a lot of influence because we've been doing really well, but we need to build another house before we bring anybody else in. And I want to build like a regular house, so we need 40 wood and a lot more stone, Drax. A lot more stone. Hey, look, they're up here uncovering the map. Look at that. Ooh, there's some more iron. Oh, that's sage. Look at all that wood. Okay, some time has gone by. We've done a couple of days. I think we can afford to build a house now. I'm going to put it right here. This will now allow us to bring 6 more people in. So basically 6 plus 2, that's 8. We can come to recruit. We've got 881 influence. We don't want to go overboard here because we still need to feed these people, but I think we should buy the best possible one. So this one's got 85. We'll buy them. I think I'm going to wait until the next turn just so we can see if we can get someone who has maybe closer to 100 on the energy front. And then they go right to work. Do we spend 400 to get a 90 or 400 to get an 80? I think we buy an 80. Your settlement has reached 5 settlers. Each one will start with the required amount of medicine. This scales with the population. If a settler's medicine needs are not met, the health will decrease. All right, so we're not getting, we have 44 medicine on hand. And there is, of course, under harvesting, a medicine hut. And it works just like the rest of the huts. I think this might be it. It's close to the house. Yeah, let's do that. All right, that'll bring medicine in. I like this about the game too, like it scales as you continue to play. It keeps adding more things that you need. And this is what I said at the beginning, which is it starts out simple, but it gets way more complicated. I think we should build a cauldron because it can make mushroom stew from mushrooms, and we're going to produce a ton of mushrooms during the winter, and this will make the food more hearty and healthy. Plus, it's fun to watch them cook. Hey! Your settlement has survived to autumn. Enjoy the colors, but prepare for winter. Starts in 25 days. Yeah, so each month's 25 days long. During the winter, plants such as wheat, berries, and sage and others will not grow. Some structures, like the mushroom cellar, are still able to grow. The mushroom cellar is going to save your ass during the winter. Trust me. Trust me. All right, let's come here and do as many explorer tents as we can. All right, they brought in enough. We can build another house. And I'm tempted to get rid of these. And so here's how you move people in and out of houses. So in this house, we can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like there's 5 people living here. So we can put one more person in here. So if we come to this little house and we unassign them, and we come here, we can assign them. And this is key because if you tear down the house, you can tear it down and then reassign them. But you need to make sure, remember, you need to make sure to reassign them to a new house. Otherwise, they'll leave. And you don't want capable people to leave. So we're just going to let them live in a better house, right? We're going to destroy these. I mean, would you rather live in a tent or this really cool looking house? So we have 7 settlers total and we can have 12. So I'm going to come in here to recruit. I've got 344 influence. Oh my gosh, 80? Done. All right, now we have 8. All right, I've sped through autumn a bit here. We've explored a lot more of the map. Like in any good settlement game, basically autumn is all about preparing for the long winter. So I'm trying to get as much metal as I can, get as much wood as I can, and build as many mushroom holes as I possibly can get my hands on. So we're gonna speed through this, and then I want to show you all the seasons. So we'll jump to winter. I added another settler. We're up to 10 now. Each one will start to require an amount of influence. This scales with the population. If a settler's influence needs are not met, their devotion to the settlement will decrease, and they'll take off. They'll start a coup. Get out of here. We have 1,000 influence, so I think we're going to be okay, but you never know. We have room for 2 more settlers at this point. I was going to buy another one. Probably buy this one right here. And you can see their settlement, the influence they need each day is 4. We'll hit recruit there. So if we pause the game, if you're like, wait, Drax, how much are they going to need? So right now we need to produce 109 food a day, 24 medicine a day, and 67 influence a day. And this is on the top right up here. This is under settler info is what I'm looking at. This is another thing this little game does so well, which is it gives you exactly the information you need. You're like, oh no, how much influence do we need today? Well, we need 67. We got that. Winter is right around the corner. A settler has contracted a disease. If the settler has a disease, they cannot work. At the end of each day, they have a high chance of dying. Settlers that share housing with the infected settler will expose the settler. Oh boy. All right. This isn't good. Hold on. Let's pause this. Who has the disease? Willie Diaz. Can we put them in a different structure? Let's build the sick cabin. And then Willie Diaz. Willie, where are you staying? All right, let's unassign them there and assign them there. They're the only ones sick right now. Hopefully it's going to stay that way. Poor Willie. Look at him. He's like, I want to help, guys. In day 2, we have more people sick. My quarantine didn't work. Now we have Faye and Julie. Faye, so Julie Baker and Faye, I'm guessing, is in this house. Now if we get more than 4, we're gonna have to build another sick house. Happy to report, it worked. Make sure you quarantine your people. Winter is here. We did it. We lived through autumn. The people that we had sick, we quarantined into a different house and they're fine. I'm gonna say this right now. Just like in most survival games, if you haven't planned appropriately, people will either leave or die. I have planned appropriately, and I have built a number of cool red mushroom cellars. I've even got a couple of purple mushroom cellars, which allow you to get medicine during the winter. I might not have enough of those, but at least I have some. And while we were speeding through, I made a jammery, but that's not going to help us now. And then I made a couple of cauldrons to make even more mushroom stew. I think we'll do fine during this. I will speed through this. I want to show you the spring. I want to show you all the seasons. So I'll speed through this and I'll stop. We'll go to the highlights. There's not a lot that goes on during the winter. You can't do any exploring because you run out of fiber so quickly. I've got 66 now, which means I can do a little bit more. Like any good survival game, you've got to prepare for this. Let's see how I do. We did it! Spring! Look at this. It's green and bright. I'm not gonna lie, we lost a couple of people during the winter. In the very beginning, a whole bunch of people got sick. We had to replace some people, but the good news is we never got down to 0. I don't think, even with all my planning, I still think I didn't have enough food or medicine. So I'm gonna double down next time. I built a wood mill, which is going to allow us to take some of the wheat and turn it into bread, which is even better. I built the jammer too, so we can get some jam. You can see I've expanded the map quite a bit. You can see here, this is the first map where I haven't had a river. So there is water and you can build bridges across the water and continue to expand. As far as I know, like you can just keep going and going, making a bigger and bigger settlement. I am in the early stages. That was 1 full year we did. The game is called Settlers Domain. It is a delight. This is the demo. I can't wait to see the full version of this game and all the cool stuff we'll be able to build. We pretty much built everything other than the town hall and the tavern in this playthrough. I'm going to leave those for you to check out when you play the demo. Add this one to your wish list, everybody. As always, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you soon.
The video's over. Now it's time for you to do your part. Follow, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.